been debating on whether to share this story with you or not, and I figured out, I was like, I don't give a fuck who likes it or not, so I'm gonna go ahead and share it because that's how I roll. So I'm gonna make a long story short, because my stories are very long, and then this one it just really does not need to be that long. So anyway, I went over to a friend's house, and his sister went off on somebody because they voted for Trump and said that any Trump supporters are racist. So basically, she was calling everybody out that voted for Trump, saying that we were racist. So I kept my mouth shut. I was like, because I'm not getting involved. I'm already intoxicated for one. This is not my time to shine and speak about Trump right now. It's my time just hang low and be quiet. So anyway, she was upset because some little kid said something about Trump, and where there was a lot of young black guys around, and the neighbor was extremely hot. God, man, his neighbor is so cute. He's like 25-year-old young black man with dimples and just adorable. So anyway, so she's mad because somebody that voted for Trump is speaking about Trump and saying, hey, I voted for Trump. Like, I don't know why he said it. He probably shouldn't have brought anything up. Nobody should bring politics anymore. I mean, it's not very, it's iffy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so she's basically pissed. And so then I'm trying to be helpful, and I'm like, honey, she's ready to go home. So I'm like, okay, honey, let me make you a to-go plate. So I'm fixing her to-go plate for her to get the fuck out of there. And so then she turns on me because she knows I'm a Trump supporter. And she said, you were the racist one here. And I said, why would you say that? She said, well, you've been calling that little black kid out there Kevin. I was like, the motherfucker looks like Kevin Hart. Okay, if I called you Bette Midler because you white with fucking red hair, are you gonna get fucking offended? I mean, Kevin Hart is a compliment. I love Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's cute. And she said, well, he didn't really think so, and he thinks that's racist. So I went outside and I said, so do you think that's racist that I called you Kevin Hart? Because the whole entire time, I mean, it's a long, drawn out story. I could go on and on. But he was like, no, because I hung out with him the whole, that afternoon. I was hanging out on the porch with these kids, and they were fucking funny, and we were all laughing, we were getting along. So when she told me that he said that I was racist, I was like, there's no way in hell that he said that, because I mean, we were it was like we had a bond. I mean, you know, whenever you meet somebody, you instantly have a connection with them. Well, that's how I felt with Kevin. Like, there was an instant connection. Like, he was cool as fuck, and all of the guys out there were really cool as fuck. So I bring Kevin in, and I said, do you think that I was being racist? He said, no, I think you're a funny white girl. I was like, well, wasn't that just racist? But anyway, so I was like, okay then. So why would you think that, and why would you say that? So she's already mad. So Dimples, the cute little neighbor kid, was like, well, come hang out with me at my house. And so me and Dimples and Kevin and a few of his other friends left, and we went over to his house, which was right beside the place, because I did not want to be in the same room as that bitch, because I was going to go off. And so anyway, we're hanging out. She finally leaves. I go back over to the house because I'm trying to help my friend clean up, my guy friend clean up. And I don't know what happened and why he thought and how he had the nerve to sit there and call me racist. I don't know what we were talking about, but we were talking about Trump, and he hates Trump. And I'm a Trump supporter. And so he's like, well, you're the biggest racist person out there. And I was like, excuse me? So I had already exchanged numbers with Dimples, his neighbor, because he's really hot. And I sit there and I text Dimples, and I was like, is your folks cool with the Caucasian funny ass girl coming over? And he was like, yep. And so he was like, wow. I was like, because I'm about to come over and spend the night with you. And he was like, come on. So anyway, needless to say, Dimples comes over and I tell my friend, I was like, I'm going to just prove to you that I'm not fucking racist and what you're saying is complete bullshit. So Dimples grabs my shit. We walk out the door. I spend the night with Dimples. And let's just say I woke up the next morning a cougar.